Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 reasons why I am excited Doctor Who The Collection Season 20 is coming. And right off the bat with number one is because it fills another spot on the shelf. With the release of Season 20, we will be over halfway through the collection range. It's very exciting to think about. It will of course be the 14th set released in the range, but only the second Peter Davison set. We'll come back to that. But it's nice that at this point we've gotten so many out that we're kind of filling in spaces. We have reached the point in the collection range where we're filling in spaces. We can just grab that box set and put it right there between season 19 and season 22, and it'll fit real snug. I'm excited about that. I am, cross that off here and keep up with this. I'm also excited that we are finally getting another Peter Davison set. We have not had a Peter Davison set since the second set in the range. Season 19 was the second set released way back in, December of 2018? So, almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. So, we are definitely due another Davison season. I've been waiting for another Davison season for a while, so it's really nice to see the Fifth Doctor get to shine again here. Really excited about that. Another reason is the artwork. I love Lee Binding's artwork. He is such a talented artist. He's easily my favorite Doctor Who artist, and one of my favorite artists. He just does phenomenal stuff. I'd rather have Lee Binding stuff hanging on my walls than I would Leonardo da Vinci stuff hanging on my walls. I love Lee Binding's work. And the season 20 artwork looks fantastic. I absolutely love the picture he chose of Davison, that pose of him holding the crystal from Snake Dance. I had not even thought of that. That was extremely clever and a perfect choice for him to use. The colors in it with the kind of magenta on one side and the blue on the other, which is kind of like the colors used for season 18 actually. I like those as well. They look really good with the, of course, time scoops in the background. And what looks like, and I just noticed this earlier, like 2 days after the announcement, the Tower of Rassilon here in the corner, kind of over his left shoulder. You can barely, it's faint. It's faint, it's easy to miss, but the Tower of they usually don't do that, or Lee doesn't usually do that on the covers, actually have like buildings and stuff. But that looks like the Tower of Rassilon right here. That's a nice little touch, and I enjoy that a lot. The back art with the Black Guardian on it, easily my favorite back art yet. Lee Binding, if you ever see this video, you have outdone yourself. I am absolutely floored by how gorgeous that artwork is. I love that back art. I mean, I always love the back art, but this is easily my favorite. The flap with the TARDIS, with the 4 Doctors on it, with the shards that have Romana and Tom Baker's Doctor, the 4th Doctor on it too, looks gorgeous. The booklet cover looks gorgeous. The artwork for this set looks amazing. Amazing. Lee Binding delivers just like he always delivers. Next on the list is the 40th anniversary version of 5 Doctors with the updated effects. I did a video talking about how I wasn't sure if any stories this season would get updated effects, since all the stories except 2 this season had updated effects on the DVD releases. So I wasn't sure, but I had also stated multiple times that 5 Doctors needed updated effects because the last time they got updated effects was 1995, and some of those effects now look dated. I never got into the Mr. Whitby effect for the time scoop, never got into it. I much preferred the 1983 effect. So I love the fact we're getting updated effects for the 5 Doctors. I am super stoked about that. That is probably the number one thing I'm excited about on this list. Well, it's tied for number one. I love getting updated effects for 5 Doctors. The next thing on the list is the high definition location work for 5 Doctors. I am counting that as a separate thing. Because just from the trailer, the location work for 5 Doctors looks stunning. It looks breathtaking. I love just how clear it looks. Especially since it's jumbled in with some of the studio footage. You can see the difference between the standard definition studio footage and the high definition location footage, and it just looks amazing. That's going to be such a treat for me to be able to watch this version of the 5 Doctors with HD location work and updated effects. I am so fired up for this. This is the other thing that's my favorite thing on here. Updated effects for Five Doctors. Beautiful location work for Five Doctors. I am so excited. Another thing on the list is the other updated effects. I'm floored that 3 stories are getting updated effects for this set. Now, I didn't think Snake Dance needed them. I think Snake Dance's effects were fine. The snake was much improved over Kenda. I always thought the snake effect at the end of Snake Dance was fine. Although I'm fine with it getting updated effects, I'm curious just how much it's going to be. Is it going to be just the snake falling off Tegan's arm at the end, kind of like how Kenda was? The only updated effect really in Kenda was the snake, or in, Kenda was the updated snake, which needed it, to be fair. I would have been more impressed if they put in the original ending to Snake Dance, because Snake Dance ends very abruptly, and if you watch the deleted scene that's on the DVD, there's actually a whole part after that that got cut from the episode. I would have rather that been re-edited back into the episode if possible. Now, even if it was just as a work print like they did with Ghostlight and just, blurred out the bar, I really hope they'd do that, but I figured if they were going to, that would have been announced in the trailer, like, extended version of episode 4 of Snake Dance. And it really disappoints me that they're not doing that. I'm sure the deleted scene will be on there, but I would have liked to have had that deleted scene to where you could watch it at the end of the story proper, even if it was just as a work print, because it just makes Snake Dance better. Snake Dance is fine. I like Snake Dance a lot better than Kenda, but the ending is just very abrupt, and I much prefer that extended ending you get with that deleted scene, because you can kind of see how everything clears up after the climax of the story. I would have been more excited to have had that re-edited back into the story than I would with updated effects. Now, I do love the updated effects for Enlightenment, what we've seen of them. I love Enlightenment. I am a huge fan of that story. It's my second favorite story of the season outside of Five Doctors, and if you're not counting Five Doctors, then Enlightenment is my favorite story of the season. And I always enjoyed the regular version and the special edition. I loved the ship effects from the special edition, but I never liked that it was done in that movie edit or that it was done in widescreen. So I'm glad that we're getting it back in its episodic form here, and what I'm assuming will be its 4:3 aspect ratio, as it should be. And what little bit we saw of it, the special effects look really good. I am looking forward to watching the updated effects for that. That's a pleasant little surprise. Another thing I'm really excited for is the Behind the Sofa. I love Behind the Sofa. It's one of my favorite bonus materials for these sets. I just love watching them. Of course, I always enjoy TARDIS Team 5 because they don't pull any punches. They just give their blunt opinions, and I love that. TARDIS Team 5 is a lot of fun. And of course, being one of their seasons, they definitely need to be there. I'm happy to see Colin and Sylvester there. I'm curious to see what they think of the season. And of course, we also have Katie and Sophie there as well, and they're always a lot of fun, so I can't wait to get their takes on the stories. Just a fun watch for me. I always enjoy Behind the Sofa, and I'm glad that they're doing every episode of the season. They're doing Behind the Sofas for all 7 episodes. I really like that as well. Another thing I'm really fired up for is the TARDIS Team 5 European trips. We have the one trip with Davison, Janet, and Sarah, which looks really good. That's probably the one that was recorded back in 2019. And then we have the Amsterdam one, which also brings Mark Strickson on. I'm really excited for both of those, because TARDIS Team 5 is a lot of fun. Just listening to them bicker, especially Peter and Janet, but Sarah gets her shots in too. I just love how they get along, like a family, just a little family that pokes at each other. I love it. They have such a good rapport together. You can tell they're just all really good friends. I tend to love when the behind the scenes when they take these trips anyway, but with TARDIS Team 5, that just bumps it up to another level with me, because I know it's going to be a laugh riot. I just know it. So I am super fired up for both of those trips and the making of King's Demons, because I actually like King's Demons. It's a very underrated story. It's my favorite of the Davison two-parters. So I'm looking forward to the making of that as well. I'm really looking forward to watching that convention footage from that convention from '83. I forget what it's called, the one in Leeds or whatever it is. It's someplace that begins with an L. But apparently that convention was a big deal, from what I understand. Everyone who went to it, apparently that's one of those things you take pride in, saying, hey, I was there for that. Apparently there's panels with John Pertwee, Patrick Troughton, Tom Baker, and Peter Davison, and interviews with them. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the footage that they have from that panel. I tend to love really good archive interviews, so it'll be fun to watch some of that. Plus, of course, the studio footage and the location rushes from Five Doctors is going to be a lot of fun as well. So I'm super excited to see some of that archive material. And last but certainly not least, I can finally watch Arc of Infinity again. I own Arc of Infinity on DVD, but I've been putting it off waiting for the box set. Because I'm like, well, I don't want to watch it and then, then immediately get the box set and not be in the mood to rewatch it. Because I like Arc of Infinity. I think it's a very underrated story. I enjoy it, and it's got Michael Goff in it. It's got to get some points for having Michael Goff in it. I love me some Michael Goff. So I've been wanting to rewatch it for, probably a year or two now. It's been a while. Because, season 20 has been rumored to be coming out for 2 or 3 years now. It just kept getting delayed because of, the 2020s being what they are. So I've been wanting to do a rewatch of it for quite some time. That's going to be the first thing I watch when the set comes in. Even before I watch the Five Doctors 40th Anniversary Special, I will be rewatching Arc of Infinity with the updated effects. The DVD updated effects. I do prefer it with the DVD updated effects. So I'm really excited to finally be able to see Arc of Infinity again. So that's kind of my 10 reasons that I'm really the most excited for the season 20 box set. It's nice to finally get the announcement. It's so frustrating when we're waiting for announcements, right? You can just see yourself like chewing your fingernails waiting. So it's really nice to have it coming. Love the artwork. Really excited about it. Nice to have another Davison set that'll be on the shelf probably 2 or 3 weeks after it finally releases. It's hard living in the States sometimes. So I want to know what you're excited most about these season 20 collection box sets. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out and I certainly appreciate it. My goal in 2023 is to reach 1,000 subscribers and we're on our way to that. We're over 950 now, so we are just a little bit away. So if you like my channel, don't forget to click that button. I also have a second channel I've started recently called Geek Speak Euphoria, where I do 2 or 3 videos a week talking about non-sci-fi related things, like Marvel stuff, superhero stuff, Batman stuff, video game stuff. I've really been talking about Zelda a bit lately. So if you want to hear me talk about some other stuff, just check out Geek Speak Euphoria. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There's a link to that down in the description below. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane, Colin Coney, and Finn Perkins. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. It does make a big difference, especially this year, so I very much appreciate it. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you'd like to send me to look at and review. And a link to my Amazon wish list is down there as well. Most importantly, though, as always, thank you for watching. Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here. Madison. Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 reasons I am looking forward to the season 20 collection box set coming out sometime before the end of 2023. Hopefully around September or October. I hope. Nope, it's not working either. Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today I'm going to talk about the top 10 reasons I am excited about Doctor Who The Collection Season 20 coming out. And right off the bat with number 1, it fills another slot on the shelf. We are over halfway now, or Season 20 will mark over halfway, and at this point we're just kind of plugging holes now that we can actually kind of take 2 of the box sets, spread them apart, and it'll slot right in there. And no, that's not, no. That sounds a bit naughty, doesn't it? Filling slots and spread it apart and slide it. Nope. This isn't working.